Hello Ed, PY2RN. You spelled your call sign wrong in the phone list. You left out the R. From ZS1 Mike. Seems like it's just the two of us today, and it is freezing cold here. Last night it was 10 degrees here. I haven't measured yet today, but it's cold. And it's getting cloudy now, so it's probably going to rain again. But yeah, how are you doing? PY2RN, it is 1 Mike.
Stole.
Yeah, that was a short one. Deleted ducky. Hi, Leon. Morning for you. I mean, not morning, afternoon. Afternoon for you. Good receive from you. I would call you Beno, but because Beno is on the list as well, so he's just after me. Yeah, we are in the same boat regarding the winter. Actually, this past week was not so cold like the previous one. But yeah, actually it's cold. Early in the morning, it's around 10, 11. But after 9 or 10 a.m., temperature rises up to 25, 26, and there is some sun. Today is partially cloudy, not very sunny, which is very bad because of my solar panels. They will not generate as much as I wish. But anyways, it's been okay. And yeah, cold. This year, I think the winter is more effective than the last year. Yeah, it's been colder than last year. That's I can remember. Last year we got few days only with temperatures around 10, 12 or up to 15 few days, but this year is lasting for several weeks now. What I have done this week, I just finished assembling 23 centimeters power amplifier. I had the components for several years into the drawer, and I just decided to assemble it. And this morning I was testing it. If I can show you the ugly the ugly equipment that I just assembled. Let me see yeah, that's the camera. Yeah, that's the ugly one. It's a Mitsubishi module. It's working as specified, providing about 20 watts on the 20 watts on the output, with about 170 milliwatts input. It's working fine. It's working. Although it gets very hot, maybe you're gonna need a bigger heatsink. And also, that's the 2805 that provides 4.5 volts BIOS. And there is no PTT command, so the BIOS is constantly on. So what I'm gonna implement is it's a relay to switch BIOS on and off. So it gets 5 volts from the regulator and goes to the stream pot where you regulate 4.5 according specs, 4.5 volts. On the the IQ, it's about 1.5 amps, which increases as it gets hotter. So it can increase up to 2 point something amps, which is very high, and it gets really, really hot. So for that reason, the bias cannot be constantly on. So I need just to activate bias when I transmit. Otherwise, it will waste a lot of power doing nothing. So I think I'm gonna put a relay on the input of 7805, which is 12 volts here, and just switch it with the PTT. Problem with the PTT is always a problem when you use a Pluto. So what I'm gonna do is I don't like the solution where you put the little board inside and gets the wiring to 2 transistors or to optocoupler or something. I don't like this solution because you have to always open the browser and keep running the browser open to switch transmission on and off. For me, that really doesn't make much sense. Well, that's a personal opinion. I don't like it. So I'm gonna do is using USB relay controlled by SDR console. That's I'm planning to do. Yeah, here is just a directional coupler with I have here in this circuit about 50 dB attenuation, and that one is the well-known power meter V5, and that's what I'm using. Yeah, that's about it. So my adventures on 23 centimeters. After that, I need to put everything on the roof and assemble the antennas. Antennas are ready. I have 2 loop Yagis, 25 elements loop Yagis, so I need to hang on those on the tower, which is not going to be easy as well. But anyways, that's another phase of the project. Okay, enough for me. So let's pass to the Netherlands with Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray. Benno, passing to you from Papa Yankee 2 Radio November.
can organize my audio. It's PA3 Fox Bravo X-ray. Organize my audio. Yeah. Sorry for that. I was late as I had some family over the floor. Let me switch over the sound. Completely unprepared. Hi guys. Well, I am here, but I am very rarely here because too much doing other stuff. A few weeks ago I was in Friedrichshafen for the DATV, and last weekend I was on a boat doing some fox hunting from a boat, which was fun, although it was very wet. It was rainy and we had about 20 centimeters water inside the boat during our afternoon trip. So that wasn't very nice, but besides that, and next week I will be in Belgium for we call it three country gathering for fox hunting. Germany, Belgium and Holland gathering together on a campsite, having a nice meal and a Belgian beer, and doing some fox hunting during the day to get rid of all the beer. So that's general the idea of next weekend. And I have a new mobile home since a few, well, months or 2 months already, but I'm still working out on all the stuff inside, and I need to make a complete new station for that, because the cabinets are all too small and I want it full-time prepared for QO-100, at least for the narrow band, but maybe even wideband. And there is an original antenna on there, a normal satellite dish, which you can find on all kind of mobile homes. And the fun thing is, it obviously it does automatic search of a satellite, and I cannot select Badr 7, the host of the QO-100 channels, but I can choose several others, and I can manual rotate it to 26 degrees, but I haven't managed to get a reception so far. This is just a little bit more time. Hi Benno. I got a message on a WhatsApp. Who is that? I am watching you from, I think, Austria. 39. Who are you? You're not on my list, on my receiving. So, Francesco. We met in Friedrichshafen. Very nice. Francesco, we have an appointment and you should keep to it. I have done quite a bit of advertising for this net. I like to have it a complete worldwide net, and that means Francisco from Italy also should be on the net. And that's not the only one I told this. So all the people who are watching, get on the net, because it needs to be a worldwide net and not only a local net. Anyway, what else to comment on? 23 centimeters module. That's a fun thing. Ed, I have did my investigations. I have actually a RA Romeo Alpha, what is it, number 18, and then for 23 centimeters, which works flawlessly. And I run already like 25 watts out of it for years. I made it for the wideband, for FM, and I'm using it now for the DATV, and it runs perfectly, using it every week at least 1 or 2 times. And I need a new module because this one is built in, and in my multi-rig I still need one in there. And I can find the Mitsubishi, the MH something modules for everywhere, and I have I have bought so far I think 6 or 7 modules from China, and apparently there is a large number of wrong labeled modules, because I got modules for 70 SAMs, I got modules for 900 megs, but not for 1200 megs. And I hope you have a right one. And what I Mike is also listening. Mike MJW is not being on the air today. He's just got back from a radio rally today, so no TX. Yeah, nice photos, Francesco. I need your face on the QO-100. This is quite interactive, by the way. Interactive TV, hi. Yeah, so I wonder if you can at least give me the lot number of that module, and if you already tested it on 23 centimeters, because I know out there is a very large number with several lot numbers being, it tells you the lot of the part number is for 23 centimeters, but inside there's something completely different. And I just hope you have a good one. And I hope, yeah, I'm still looking for a nice RA something module for 23 centimeters for my rig. So I think that's at least you should tell us or show us the part number and the lot number which is on there. So we need to know where to look for. And I hope you have tested it already on 23 centimeters and it works according to spec, because like I said, besides that, doing a lot of work on the Whisper beacons. I have 10 pieces around here lying for the local group, and we are still investigating on the final, which is, well, dies a little bit too fast for me, and I did a lot of investigation there. But this project also still on the activity list at the moment. This is the Whisper beacon. You see a WeMOS and a display, and on the back, on the second PCB, you see 3 band filters. And somewhere in between there are some parts which makes a little bit power. It's only doing like 50 milliwatts, but to give you an impression what it does, it just told me that the 20 meters is open. Do I have let's see, where is the link? This is completely unprepared. I shouldn't do that. Whisper spots. My call sign PA3FBX. Just give you an impression what it does is, where is my, that's it. So the last hour, this is my result. I see my logo is just in front of it. Let me see if I can move it a little bit. Why is my well, let me get rid of my logo. Let me get rid of my why. So, just to give you a small impression, within Europe, obviously quite sufficient, quite a number of stations. And even I went completely down under in Australia on 20 meters at, well, an hour ago. He received me 1,571 kilometers on 20 meters with 20 milliwatts. That's my station at the moment, and that's my whisper beacon. Unfortunately, nothing to Brazil. I reach this area quite often, Cuba and Guatemala, and occasionally to US a few times. But yeah, this is at current. And one most interesting is, if you look at 20 meters for the last hour, there are some openings to Italy and the south of Marseille, south of France. So that's 1 hour. And if you look for 12 hours, you can see it's even to England. There was a nice opening on 10 meters. Okay, that's enough about that. Passing it on to, and that's the next question, who do I need to pass it on to? Let me see if I can quickly check that, because I was a little bit autopilot. I have no clue who the autopilot is, if it's only Leon or autopilot. I have no clue. From that's a little bit music for me. That shouldn't be there. From Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray. Passing it to you, Leon.
I think somebody was doubling with me there. Okay, fine, Benno. Good afternoon to you as well. And to Mike, who's only watching or listening or receiving. And Francisco, I think you said this is also watching, probably on the streaming, I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay, first Ed, yeah, your 23 centimeter amp with a high bias current. Yeah, it's quite a substantial heatsink you have on it, and it still gets hot. Yeah, it'll be a good thing if you can switch the bias on and off with PTT. Okay, and Benno, nice on the boat fox hunt. That sounds exciting. I wish we could have some fox hunts here, but we're too far. You know, South Africa is a huge country, and we have many different clubs. And our club, unfortunately, there's not a lot of technical people, and the ones that are there, I don't know. People just don't do things like that. Up in the north, in the Transvaal, in Division 6, where the ZS6s are, there they have some fox hunts and things at times, but not nearly as active as you people. I wish we could have that here. That would be very nice. Okay, what have I been doing? I'm going to make 3 PC boards tonight. I've already drawn them, and I've cut the board roughly to size. I always make them first and then finish off the edges nicely to the exact dimensions. But so I just pre-cut the board, and I must just prepare the board and photoresist and so on. But yeah, it takes me about an hour, then it's all done. The one is a very tiny board. That is for the work. It's a modem that I obtained some very small GPS receivers with antenna that are very fast. I think they're 10 updates per second. And I interface that with this little modem that gives out AFSK. Well, at 50 kcs, I made it on roughly 50 kilocycles as the center, so it's 45, 55, 45, 55. It's the shift. And then you can now buy 2.3 to actually 2.4. It's a 2380 something little transmitters. They're slightly programmable, but unfortunately too high. I would have preferred them in 2.2 gigs, but they just don't go. That chip doesn't go that low. The VCO inside the chip, but very nice. You get them 50 milliwatt, 100 milliwatt, and 200 milliwatt. But the size of a postage stamp, no smaller. Anyway, so the whole lot, including the battery, will fit inside a matchbox. So you can attach this to anything that flies and get the real-time position of that in free space. I've made some prototypes with the normal components, and it worked very well. They were very thrilled with that at the workplace. So all the instruments can then use that data to point exactly at the thing that's flying. So that's the little surface mount board. I obtained all the components. I had a battle to find that chip in SMD, but I finally found it in China. And then the other is just an interface for communication between a HF or a VHF set and a computer for somebody else. I'm not interested in that sort of stuff, but he wants two boards, so to isolate it through the audio transformers and the optocoupler for the PTT and that sort of stuff. So that I'll make tonight, those boards. Otherwise, it's too freaking cold here, man. The mountains are still white at the tops, so still snow there. Yes. What else have I been doing? No, can't think of it. Time flies so quickly. Anyway, okay, Ed, back to you. PY2RN for the group from ZS1 Mike.
Roger that. Leon, let me see. My audio is okay. Yeah. I just gave a good space to see whoever tried to transmit after Benno would try again, but it seems not. No more tries. So maybe after my transmission, Benno can also leave a space so whoever is trying to join, it will be welcome. Roger, Benno, about the adventures in Friedrichshafen, and hope you had good time. I went there last year. Last year I went to Friedrichshafen, and yeah, that was nice. That was nice, especially the beer. What else? Yeah, that's a World Wide Web. So we have 3 continents here. We have Africa, South America, and Europe. So 3 continents. That's good. That's good. And autopilot is just because it's in autopilot. I mean, nobody's coordinating. I mean, it's just follow the list, and that's all. That's why I put autopilot there. There is no station. It's just to follow the list, and that's it. I don't know. Martin probably is on the hunt here as well in the UK. He's not joining the net. I'm not even sure if he's streaming to the YouTube, but hopefully he is. And QSL, Leon bought your boards, and good luck on that. And yeah, seems it's going to be a very interesting project. For fox hunting, there is used to have a few years ago a club nearby me used to promote those fox hunting on 2 meters, but I think they do that. They don't do that for several years now, so there is no activity for fox hunting. But actually, that's very nice. Yeah, I agree. It could be interesting even for the people which is not amateur radios. I mean, like mostly the kids could bring interest to the kids, and that would be nice. For the Benno, for the module, I acquired this kit several years ago. The board here says copyright 2006, and that was acquired from a company in Australia, Minikits. The company still exists, but I don't think they still have those modules available. That's the module. If I can switch the camera, very uncomfortable, this OBS, very uncomfortable. Let me switch the camera. Yeah, that's the RA18H1213G. I think that's it. Yeah, it can provides up to 30 watts saturated, but I don't want to work on the saturated region. I just when I got 20, 21 watts, I'm okay with that. That's all I need for my experiments. And Pluto and this little board here can provide me enough power through drive to these 21 watts. You see the board, mini kits. That's the kit name EME 768 2006. So that's what I have here. And it's original. The module is original. The fakes from China is terrible. It's a scandal. Yeah, they sell all kind of fake stuff, counterfeited, and it's terrible. It's really terrible. Big risk. I think it's losing time and money trying to get any power transistor from China, because most, I would say, I don't know, probably more than 50% of them are fake. Maybe you're lucky. Maybe you're lucky and you'll get. I got some good ones. I got some good ones for HF. LDMOS for HF. I got a few good ones. Others were fake, but I would say it's a 50% chance. Yeah, it's unfortunately it's been like that. The other thing I'm trying to find out is I'm playing with this ADF module, the ADF 4351. Actually, I'm using a signal generator from 35 megahertz up to 4 gigahertz. It works okay. So here's the control output. If I start the output, you see the little errors. It will start putting. It gives me about minus 3 dB on 1.2. And it gives about 3 or 4 dB on 2.4 gigahertz. It has almost the same power of the Pluto on 2.4 gigahertz. That's the best power output that I can get from it. One thing I'm trying to figure out if I can find some pin from the ADF 4153 that I could use as a PTT signal. You know, as soon as you enable the output, if there is, you see, like no, I'm changing frequency. Yeah, if as soon as I put the PTT, I mean when I enable the output, if there is any pin on the 4351, if I can use as a PTT signal, whatever, any signal would be okay. But I don't know. I try to search the net, but it seems there is no many amateur radios working with these boards. I don't know. Maybe they prefer the more expensive RF generators and more stable. It has a TCXO. It has a TCXO, but not very precise. But this can be easily replaced. It's a 3.3 volts TCXO. I think it's 20 ppm or so. But it can be replaced to a more precise TCXO. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys. Short net today. But glad to see you, Leon and Benno. And I hope to see you all again next week, if I'm here as well. So I pass back to you, Benno. Papa Alpha 3 Bravo Fox X-ray. And I'm sorry, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-ray. And just leave some space. Maybe someone wants to join. This is Papa Yankee 2 Radio November saying 73. And until next time.
I think that's enough room. I think that's enough. No test cards today. No test cards today. Let's see. Great, Leon. Leon, I might have also some work for that. That's very small post stamp size beacon locator beacon. I might have some work for that as well. If you would willing to distribute your drawings to me, I might want to play with that as well. Because that sounds fun. I'm doing some model planing, as you know, and within the group, they really like to get some kind of beacon kind of thing, because occasionally we lose a model in the area around the field, which is agricultural area, meaning it is grown with large plants and things like that, and they lose, and it happened to me as well, they lose quite a few airplanes in the field, not able to find again, because crop is growing high, and the stuff really is berries, and then it's normally berries inside a meal for a cow or whatever, and well, from a model plane point of view, it's not a good idea to do that, but the same goes for the meal for the cow. I don't think lipose is good stuff. They should feed to any animals. Okay, well, I saw a question from Mike. The one I brought to Friedrichshafen, yeah, a very similar one. It's the station which I already had at home, which I switched on occasionally, and well, actually pretty much the same. And I got some pictures I can show you. This was what Mike is doing together with the BATC club, gathering on a rally. Nice dish outside in the sun. Occasionally, apparently in England, the sun is also shining sometimes. So this is what they do there. And if I should I be able to get this a little bit bigger? Do I dare to try to get it a little bit bigger? No, I'm not. I have the latest OBS studio as well, and I am also not really happy with that. And this is the photo Francisco sent me, and good news, he promised to be on the air next week on the net, and I sent him the data sheet, the sheet where he can put his name on, and I really hope he can make some adverbs for the Italians to be on the air. I mean, it's video. We don't need a fluent English speaking person. He can just show us around in his shack and show us and say greetings, and this is what is the net all about. We don't have need to exchange the latest technologies, but it's just what we are doing, and also nice to see, greet to each other. So, yeah, Francesco, be on the air and take a few guys with you in your area and say hi. And if English is a problem, just show us around your shack or your area around, because it's nice to see different sides of the world, as it should be on a World Wide Web net. Okay, that's all. I understand someone was together with Leon, and the gap from Ed not taken, maybe a gap from me, and otherwise I'm closing the net, and I wish you all the best for this week. Leon, I hope a little bit more warmth. It is 26, 27 degrees here in the Netherlands, but hey, it's summertime, and we should have a little bit nice weather between all the rain showers. We should have nice weather as well. 73s from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-ray, off and clear. Give a nice gap for anyone who wants to enter the net, and otherwise till the next, from PA 3 Fox Bravo X-ray. Bye bye.
Okay, firstly, Ed, the 4351, yes, I use that a lot. I wish I can find a cheaper source of those. There must be a place somewhere. I modify them, I use them, I modulate them with telemetry data, and also with video for analog, wideband analog video. They work very well. There's two changes you have to make. I've got one in front of me now, but I downloaded the actual chip data pack, and there I could see what I must change and so on. So they work very well for video and for telemetry. Oh, and by the way, you must terminate the other port. It's got a positive port and a negative port. Why is my camera's focus hunting now? And the port that you're not using, you must terminate with just a 50 ohm chip resistor across it at the tip, and then the output on the other one comes up. In the data sheet they tell you that. So remember that'll give you more. I get about plus 5 dBm out of it, if I remember correctly, on 2.4 gigs, 2.3 gigs. Yeah, my camera is actually going out of focus and then it comes back. Maybe it's too cold. Anyway, so for the PTT, in the software you can enable and disable the PTT. I know it's got those, what is it, 6 or 8 words that you program it with, and I know in one of them, one of the bits is RF on and RF off. But of course that's now you have to address it. So you must make 2 pages on your micro, one for RF on and one for RF off on whatever frequency you want. But I'm sure you people who can program freely, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so that's that. Benno, no problem. I'll give you the circuit. It's very basic. Whisper. Why did I make a thing here about Whisper? A note. Yeah, your Whisper thing that's working so well. I wonder. Yeah, you do it all on HF, eh? Yes, of course. Whisper you normally do on HF. I haven't played with Whisper yet. Many people in this area actually did, and they're playing with all sorts of other modes as well. I'm not really interested in that. I want good audio on FM, or as good as you can get on SSB, but the top cherry on top is this DATV. There's nothing to beat it. Nothing. For your application, Benno, maybe not use 2.4 gig, use another little transmitter, maybe in the 2 meter band or something. Then you'll have to drop the frequency to get into the bandwidth, but you can use the same chip. You can do any audio frequency with it. I just picked 50 kcs because of, what is it, the NMEA, it's 4.8, yeah, 4.8 kilobits per second, I think, that the GPS gives out. But you can also program it, that same GPS, to come out at a lower baud rate, and then you can do it in the audio band with the same little modem. You just change the capacitor value and so on. So that is not the problem. One moment. Okay. I hope you're using Minitune. Switch on your recorder. Let me see. There it is. It's the XR2206. Now this is the old original with normal components, but it's exactly the same with the surface mount one. The XR2206, it's got another suffix, is the surface mount one, which I could get from China. The 5 volt regulator is just for the power for the GPS. This chip runs from 8 volts up to, I think, 15 volts. It doesn't need to be regulated. So I use a 2-cell LiPo, small LiPo. That is it. You give a TTL in from the GPS, 0 volts and 5 volts, and it comes out there 50 kcs is the center, so I'm running 45 55 45 55 kcs for the mark in the space. And yeah, that's it. I don't think you'll be interested in my original component layout, but that's what the normal board looked like for that modem thingy. It's got three trim pots. Okay, that's it from me. Okay, so Ed, yeah, you can PTT that thing, but via software. I don't know if one of the pins, I haven't looked. If you can kill it with one of the pins, you probably can. I didn't have a need for that. For me, it must always generate. I use that thing for video transmitters, telemetry transmitters, all sorts of things. And I just add a little amp. And if I get 1 watt, I'm happy. Lately, I had some of those 2 watt amps. But when I read the specs of the chip on the 2 watt amp, they say for continuous carrier work, which is what I do, you should not exceed 1 watt. And it still got very, very hot. So I reduced the bias, and now it's working like a dream. Not running hot at all, and because it's FM, it doesn't have to be linear. So yeah, that's the story from this end. PY2RN if you're still there, otherwise cheers and 73s to everybody from ZS1 Mike in Worcester.
I'm still around, Leon. If Benno didn't have time to start recording, just a tip. Yeah, Martin Golf 8 Kilo Oscar Echo is streaming on YouTube. So I was checking, and your schematics appear there very clear. The schematics that you just showed us, Leon. That's for Benno. Regarding the 4351 module, yeah, let me tell you the reason. I'm aware about this pin that switch RF on and RF off. I think it's pin EM or EC. I don't remember. I saw that on the data sheet. But actually, that pin will be already being used on the software. The software will be, it's going to be an Arduino connected to this. It's going to be an Arduino, and the Arduino is going to run a little program to switch CW. What is the project here? Is to make a beacon, a CW beacon, for 430 and 1.2 gigahertz, maybe for 2.3 gigahertz as well. So that's the intention, to make this as a CW beacon, and the Arduino will already switch this TX on, TX off. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to use this pin, for the PTT. I don't know. Maybe if I do a RF activated Vox or something, or I don't know. But the best thing would be if there is any other pin that I could use to switch PTT. I'll keep searching. And very interesting that you use those guys to modulate ATV and other analog modes. Very, very interesting. Yeah, it's quite a good tool to make a lot of testings. Okay, thanks a lot for all the information. See you guys next weekend if possible. I'm not sure if Ben is still there, but Yeah, shortnet, maybe you can do three overs without any problem. Is Ben still there? I'll pass to him. Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-ray from Papa Yankee 2 Romeo November.
Yeah, I'm still there. I lost my reception. Yeah, due to my own doing. I lost. Yeah, recordings. I did it a little bit more easier, Leon. That's what I have learned from someone. And nowadays in my work they do it all the time. All the youngsters do it. They just get the handy and they make a picture. So I have made a picture of my screen showing your drawings, and I have it. I'm not going to do difficult things like recordings and looking back, but I got an impression that you have made it very small already, but I understand you are just receiving the 4,800 bits from the GPS and send it through a modem, which I quite good know, by the way. I used that modem in the very past as well, but it's an old one, but I know it. And then send it on an audio gate out, and it's probably received somewhere, and so you modulate it on a transmitter, and it's somewhere received and hopefully decoded correctly. Yeah, why not? It's not digital as I thought it would be. You could also use a nice digital transmission with some forward error correction or whatever. And yeah, I agree completely with your audio part, Leon. I really hate shortwave for the audio part. I really hate shortwave for the noise. I really hate shortwave for the long antennas. And the reason I got into this is, well, someone else. Obviously, as always, they asked me if something could be done, and I said, well, let's make a PCB on it and let's try to see how far the project works for a group. So I did it as a group favor, as well as you do a lot of things for the group on request. And now I found it very nice to be an antenna tester, and that's the way I look at this. It just, if you hang up an antenna, if you hang up a wire, or if you want to test a antenna, you connect this to it and go out for lunch, and then come back after lunch and check on the internet how good the antenna works. And this is 3 bands, and it automatically hops from one band to another. And now the guys tell me, yeah, but I want to test only 1 band. Yeah, well, make it simpler. So different ideas, but like again, it's just an antenna tester, and this is also how it looks. My final product is, it's a blue box, one side power, the other side SMD chip output, SMA output, and maybe it should be BNC or any other small, but that's negotiable, and a display telling you it will tell you exactly what it's doing, and it should do just that. And now I'm working on modifying this so it will be controllable via your handy, which you always have with you on your and it will produce a website, a access point, I should say, a Wi-Fi access point, so you connect your telephone to your Wi-Fi, to this Wi-Fi, and then you get a nice screen with all sorts of web-based options, and then you send whatever you want it to do, and then it restarts and it's doing just that. And that's what it is. It's not a, well, it's a transmitter, it's not a receiver, so it's not noisy at all. Hi. So that's all. Fun. 73 is all from PA3 Fox Bravo X-ray, often clear, and leave the frequency for normal usage. Bye bye from PA3 Fox Bravo X-ray.